What do we have for Pisces, please? The Sun, Leo energy at the foundation. What do we have at the sacral, please? The Wheel of Fortune, Sag energy at the sacral. And let's get one more. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? The Lovers, Gemini energy at the solar plexus. There's a message here about you stepping into a season where you're more aligned than you've ever been in your entire life. Now, this could be coming up, or you could be in this energy right now. But there's something here that is beginning to be exposed to you as a result of you becoming aligned. Now, what I mean by this is, typically speaking, as we become more balanced and we begin to align with our true north, which is just another way of speaking about our path, all of the things that are not serving our highest good and potential begin to expose themselves. It's like the universe begins putting a spotlight on all of the things that may have been holding you back in a previous season of your life. And I feel that for you, these things simply cannot be ignored. Whether it's a person in your life, whether it's an environment, for some of you, it could be a mindset or behavioral pattern. There's some things here that the universe wants to assist you in releasing so you can continue down this path. The Sun card at the foundation is the arrival. So this is you getting to that aligned state in your life. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse at the sacral is the exposure. This is the universe saying, this can't go with you. You're going to have to release this. You're going to have to move on from this. This and that can't step into this new chapter with you. Then the Lover's card at the solar plexus is the final decision. This Lover's card shows us the feminine and the masculine, and then spirit, and then also the sun. Okay, so it's pulling everything together here. Now, this is you. This is showing us your two polarities and spirit bringing these into balance. So see how it's like, here's the sun. It's like you're on the other side of this energy now. You've arrived. You're standing before the divine, and the divine is saying to you, hey, Pisces, good job. You've made it this far. But let's make sure that you stay on this path now. Let's really put a spotlight on all of these things that need to be addressed and or released right now so you don't have to deal with these things again moving forward. Then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is a message of termination. It's also an energy of ending unhealthy relationships in your life. It also speaks about being open to the changes and also releasing any sort of resentment that may be connecting you to some of these past cycles you're moving on from. It's like this is all of the energetic baggage that the universe is trying to help you release right now so you can move forward without carrying the weight of the past. What do we have at the heart, please? Wow. Death card, Scorpio energy at the heart. So we have all majors here. Now, the Death card here has a new beginning for you, but it requires that you bring an ending to this old chapter in your life. That's the sacrifice that needs to be made here. These two timelines cannot blend together, and I feel that that's being heavily highlighted in this energy here, Pisces. Now, every single card that we have on the table here either speaks about alignment or endings and new beginnings. It's all the same. And I just really feel that you're at this point in your life, Pisces, where you're starting to see that there is no other way to do this. You know that something needs to be done here. I feel that the universe has delivered on its promises to you. I feel that everything you have been asking for the most part, is here. It's being presented to you. But now you're starting to see that in order to actually make this a part of your everyday waking life and reality, you're going to need to make some changes. And that's what we're seeing inside this energy here. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Wow. King of Swords. So the King of Swords follows the message perfectly because this is the action that is now required of you in order to have this new beginning. And it's interesting because we have the King of Swords here, and then we have these two individuals, and it's as if the King of Swords is trying to, well, when I looked at it just then, it's like the King of Swords is saying, okay, you go that way, you go that way. This agreement or whatever it is here is now being brought to some sort of ending. And then we have this baby here, which is just a metaphorical representation of a new beginning. It's like you're being birthed into this new reality, onto this new timeline. And all of the things that were part of this old timeline that were once holding you back need to be expelled from your energy. Now, Pisces, I feel that the universe is drawing the line in the sand here. Basically, on one side, you have your new chapter, and then on the other side is where you currently are, or it could just represent what you're moving on from. And it's clear to me that the universe is not going to allow for the two things to become one. Again, it's just another way of saying, hey, if you want this, that needs to go. Now, I feel for a large majority of you, it is going to be connected to somebody else. It could be a toxic family member. It could be a romantic partner, somebody who just can't share in a new experience that you're about to have because they would probably cause you to lose it, or they might actually be the very reason why you haven't gotten there sooner. And then for another group of you, this is going to be some sort of behavioral pattern or some sort of mindset. Only you really know what it's going to be. But the universe is really wanting you to be honest with yourself here. If it has to do with somebody else, don't make up excuses for them. And if it has to do with you having some sort of mindset, a behavioral pattern that needs to be released, it's time to really be honest with yourself there. I would go as far as saying that there's never really ever a time that the universe doesn't want to give us what is truly in alignment with our highest good. It's us that creates the resistance between stepping into that new beginning and where we might be. And the process by which we do this always sounds much easier said than done. Because when we actually stand at the threshold of that new beginning and it becomes clear to us what needs to be released, it can begin to feel much more difficult than we thought it would have been. You know, a lot of people get very active in trying to manifest something. A lot of people pray. A lot of people are doing all the footwork to align with a certain path, but when they arrive there and they realize what is truly being asked of them to be able to step into that new timeline, they're not able to do it. And then they start getting mad at the universe because they think that the universe is trying to keep them from something. So again, it's just another one of these situations, Pisces, where us humans make things way more complicated than they need to be. You know, a lot of the times, the only reason why we're not aligning with something we're trying to bring into our life is because we are out of alignment, vibrationally speaking, with that target point. And what we're picking up inside this energy here is all of the little circumstances surrounding your everyday waking life that could be keeping you out of alignment with this new beginning, which is why we are getting this message about the sacrifice that is being required of you. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Wow. Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the third eye. Now, the Five of Pentacles is a perfect card to follow up everything I was just saying there about being out of alignment, vibrationally speaking, because the Five of Pentacles is an energy that's very focused on what's been lost. It's an energy that's living in the past. Now, it could be that some of you are needing to release some sort of lack mindset, or this is an energy that's in the environment. You know, the Five of Pentacles coming out after this King of Swords, for a lot of you, is literally going to be some sort of toxic person in your life. You know, this could be a family member who puts a negative spin on everything you're trying to accomplish in your life. It's like crabs in a barrel, right? They want to keep you down with them. And for a lot of you, this is going to be somebody who just can't process the idea of you succeeding at something. It's like they can't picture you in this new life, which is something that they may be projecting onto you, which is causing you to have a limiting mindset about yourself. You know, this whole reading speaks about energetic influence. Some of you are in situations where your very environments are the things that are keeping you from being able to step into this new timeline because it's impacting your vibration. You know, we always need to take responsibility for ourselves. Yes, it's important to pinpoint where some of this resistance may be in your life, but unless you're actively doing something about that, which would see you removing yourself from certain spaces or doing whatever you need to make sure that you're in a position to be able to manifest this new beginning into your life, then there's really no one to blame but you. And I would go as far as saying that past the point of exposure. So what I mean by this is we have a message here about the universe exposing things to you in your life right now that are holding you back. So that's an exposure. Okay. So if you remain in these spaces or you allow these energies to keep influencing your life, then the responsibility is solely on you. So again, past the point of exposure, there's no one to blame but yourself. This is the universe showing you the truth. You asked for the truth. You were shown the truth. Yes, it's probably uncomfortable, but if you continue to allow those energies to do what they're doing to you, that is simply on you. And that's what I'm seeing here, Pisces. There's a truth here that a lot of you may not be ready to accept yet. I feel that, again, you've put in all this work to get to this moment. And now the universe is saying to you, hey, okay, great, you've made it this far, but, we got to have a talk here. Okay, there's some things that you may not be ready to accept, but since you've put in all the work to get to this point, we're going to show you. And then what you decide to do from that point forward is entirely on you. And Pisces, this is without a doubt the hardest part of this journey. It's always the last step, which is the same as the first step, the crossover point between the two chapters, between the two timelines. That is the most challenging to take, because that's the moment when you either fully commit yourself to the new beginning and this new way of life, or you decide you don't have it in you, which is really another way of saying, it's like somebody who's afraid of success. They put in all the footwork to get there, but then when it's presented to them, maybe they get cold feet or something happens. They just decide that they don't want it anymore, which is really just an indication of how strong the energetic cords are between you and what you're being guided to leave behind. What do we have at the crown, please? Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy at the crown. Pisces, I just heard very clearly, it's holding you back. You think about it every day. You can't escape it, but still, you deal with it. This is an energy of somebody who has ambition and is surrounded by unambitious energies. Now, if we were to summarize the energy that we have on this table with this Eight of Pentacles at the crown included, it would be that you are out of alignment in a big way from some sort of other energy that's in the field. It's like something here is zapping you of your ambition, of your focus. For some of you, it's literally people that you have around you that are just trying to keep you small. This Eight of Pentacles at the crown is telling us that you have gone as far as you can possibly go in this particular cycle. And for those of you who have some sort of craft, some sort of skill or talent, this is you having gotten to the point where you've completely mastered it, and the only thing left to do is take the show on the road, so to speak, which is just another way of saying that you need to change your environment to match your skill level. And if we were to summarize everything that we have on this table right now, it would be that you have a vision, you have a focus, but the energies that you have in and around your life are completely out of alignment with where it is you are trying to get to in your life. And I feel that you've gotten to a point now where you can't go any further until you make some serious changes in your life. What do we have? The foundation, please, Spirit. Chariot, Cancer energy at the foundation. What do we have at the sacral, please? Page of Pentacles, Earth energy at the sacral. Now that Sun card stacked with that Chariot there is telling me that somebody is trying to get you to give up on your dreams. And then with that Page of Pentacles stacked with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse at the sacral, this is you missing out on some sort of opportunity. Some of you may not even be aware yet that an opportunity is preparing to come into your life, but there's something in and around the energy that is either making it difficult for you to see this, or it's trying to get you to give up on something in the 11th hour. And for some of you, the breakthrough feels like it's a breath away. But there's some energy here that is doubling down on trying to get you to give up on something before you get the breakthrough. All in all, this energy that's clustered at the root and sacral is telling us that someone or something here is doing everything it can to stop you from seeing just how close you really are to the breakthrough. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Ace of Pentacles underneath the Lovers at the solar plexus. This Chariot card right here is an energy that's trying to get you to give up on something. The Page of Pentacles speaks about you missing an opportunity. And then the Ace of Pentacles right here is also a message of a lost opportunity. They're all telling the same story. This is an energy of success, alignment. Again, the most high vibrational card you can pull in the tarot. And then look at everything that surrounds it. Wheel of Fortune in reverse is a message of some sort of negative external force. And then we have all this resistance down here, suffocating this sun energy. And then, of course, the Lover's card is a message of Spirit saying, hey, yeah, we know that's going on, okay? But you're going to need to make some pretty serious decisions here. Do you want to remain in that energy, or do you want to step into this new timeline, the timeline and or chapter that you have been working so hard to get to? The decision is yours. We cannot force you to step into this new timeline, but just know that it's here for you if you want it. But you must sacrifice this energy that is a part of the old story, the old timeline, the old outdated belief systems that aren't going to serve you on your path moving forward. Right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician card, which aligns with Baphomet. So the Magician card from this particular deck speaks about some sort of talent, some sort of vision, some sort of ability that you have that was gifted to you by the divine that you're not able to fully realize while you're in this energy. So it's like the divine blessing you with something, but it's not being utilized in the capacity that it's meant to because of this energy here. It's just another way of saying that you're sacrificing your own good and potential by not releasing that which is no longer in alignment with your path moving forward. What do we have of the heart, please, Spirit? Okay, we're going to start on this side first. Okay, so that's the Star card read in its negative polarity. And that just followed what I said, because whenever I see this Star card, it's like this demon here is saying, go ahead and hand over that purpose to me, Pisces. Go ahead and hand over that blessing to me. You won't be needing that. And then on this side, we have the Ten of Pentacles, submission to higher order. That says it all. And of course, it's right underneath the Death card, which is the sacrifice. Now, Pisces, I have to say that at this point in the reading, I've felt a significant amount of pressure and resistance around the field. The best way of explaining this is like something has been trying to make it more difficult for me to deliver this message to you, which makes perfect sense when you think about the context of this particular message. It feels like an uncomfortable truth. It feels like the type of thing that people don't necessarily want to hear, but need to hear. It's just really up to you if that's something you want to accept or not. What do we have at the throat, please? Three of Wands, Aries energy at the throat underneath that King of Swords. Now, the Three of Wands from this particular deck is a visionary kind of energy. It's also the entrepreneur of the tarot. And it says right here, construction of the universe, help with great works. Now, as we've mentioned, the universe is here for you. The universe is requiring the release in order to step into this new timeline. So the universe is literally helping you construct a new universe around your life. It's just a metaphorical way of speaking about a new reality for yourself. And the fact that this individual here has their palms up, their eyes are covered by their wings, it gives, you don't even need your sight to see because the universe is guiding you. And then right there in the bottom of the deck, the Lover's card. Now, this Lover's illustration, well, the Lover's card here, the illustration, feels like the natural evolution of this one. It's like spirits bringing you into alignment. And then here you are, you're on your way. It's like your higher self is rescuing you. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Nine of Swords, Gemini energy at the third eye. Now, this Five of Pentacles, Nine of Swords is telling me that when you release this energy, you're not even going to know yourself anymore. There's a lot of stress that I'm picking up here, and just an overall, it feels like some sort of dark cloud that this particular energy has put over your life. Once you release whatever this energy is here, that feeling, that energy is going to dissipate, and you're going to have a better sense of who you are. This is a very interesting message because it's one that tells us that your environment has become so suffocating, or whatever this energy is here that we're picking up on, it just feels like something that is suppressing the real you in some capacity. And once you release this, the real you is going to come back to the surface and you're going to begin feeling like yourself. I feel in a way that you never even had before, Pisces, to be completely honest with you. Okay, let's close out the reading. Spirit, what do we have at the crown for Pisces? Ten of Swords, Gemini energy at the crown to close out the reading. So we go from the 9 to the 10 of Swords. Now, the 10 of Swords from this particular deck is showing us, well, it looks like a seal. I quite often look at this and think of like a door that's like a seal that's been put on a door to an old, I've mentioned in this reading that it's like you're at the threshold. It's like once you step into the new timeline and turn around, the seal's been put on that old cycle. It can't come into the new chapter with you. The 10 of Swords is an energy that speaks about an ending and a beginning. And the ending can be an uncomfortable one. It's obviously something that's not easy to do, but it's necessary. And it says revelation right there. So I feel that that's what this reading has been. It's been a sort of revelation for you. This message is meant to supply you with a different perspective, maybe a different vantage point over your life, so you can make some decisions that are most in alignment with your highest good and potential from this point forward. There's a pressure around you that I feel, Pisces. It could be someone in your life. It could be a mindset, a behavioral pattern. Really, as I mentioned, anything that's sort of environmental. Only you can decide what that is. But it's time to release the pressure valve in regards to whatever that is, okay? There is a new beginning here for you, and it's yours if you want it. But as we mentioned, you can't be forced into anything. So if you don't take the opportunity and step into this new timeline, you won't be able to blame the universe anymore. You won't be able to shake your fist at the skies and ask God why he did this, okay? Because this is all going to be based strictly on your decisions moving forward. At this point, Pisces, you've put in the work, and now to step fully into this new beginning, you know what's being asked of you. So with that, Pisces, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Okay, Pisces, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, hype the video if you feel like you got something useful from it. Information for personal readings can be found in the description down below, as well as links to join the membership side of my channel, where I upload additional videos each week. But in closing, I would like to know how this reading resonated with you. So drop me a heart and or a comment, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.